All right, no time for pomp and circumstance. We'll show a quick grid here. We're starting 28th. This is a 2014 version of Bristol, and we'll get into that. But first thing we want to get into here is the bottom line. Starting 28th, we could easily be in 40th within 5 laps if we don't get into this bottom line. Oh boy. And we won't. We will not get into that bottom line right now. There we go. Oh, Dave Marcus. Relax back there. Oh, go. Until things settle down here, I won't have a lot of time to talk here. 250 laps. Pit windows 70 laps for tires. I know that sounds weird, but man, Jeff Gordon, what's he doing back here? But oh man, we usually get a good little wreck from the starting grid, but things are already spacing out here. Jeff Gordon, what are we doing back there? Oh, can't just dive down in there. If we want to make it to lap 70-ish, we have to be easy on the tires. As I say every race, because it's just so important on a simulation. You can see after the hectic beginning, we can really just settle in here and run laps. But yeah, the Bristol that came with the game originally, the stock version of it, it runs great. Good cautions, good feel, good tire wear, good everything. But the AI, when they pit, sometimes they'll just stay on pit road for a couple laps for no reason at all. They haven't incurred damage. The animation shows that they've changed all 4 tires, but they'll just sit there. And there's no rhyme or reason to it. You could be in first, you can be in 30th, and just sometimes you'll sit there for 2 laps. And it ruins the race. Because you have the front runners go into pit, and then they end up a couple laps down, and it just takes you out of it. Takes you out of the immersion. So I scoured the internet looking for a good Bristol, and guess what? If I found a good Bristol, I had to find the same version of it, but at night. And I found these 2014 FSE Bristols. Tweaked the INI a little bit to get 1997 speeds and whatnot. And a byproduct of tweaking the INI and everything was the pit window is a little weird for Bristol. So we have 70 laps on tires as opposed, real world 100, 110, 120 on fuel. But whatever. I just want a good race. Man, Robert Presley's hauling the mail here. And I'm happy to just stick with him. Not sure how much replay footage I'll be able to show, if I remember to, during the race, things I see. Because this will most likely be flag-to-flag coverage. Mathematically, at 16.5 seconds a lap, 250 laps, that's about 68 minutes, 70 minutes, 69 minutes. So we should be able to show everything here. And skip some laps for cautions, which I'm surprised we haven't gotten one yet. I'll try to keep an eye on the leader and stuff here. Terry Labonte's out there. Or I'll just switch it and you can read it yourself because I don't have time to look down there. I still forget that I'm in a simulation sometimes. And especially at Bristol, and especially if you've been used to and brought up playing arcade style racing games. Like, I want to just plow into the turns right now and pass Robert Presley, but it's going to eat up our tires if we do that all the time. And we just have to look at the situation here. It feels like we're catching Rusty Wallace and Michael Waltrip there. And the leaders are going to hit lap traffic soon. So we'll be able to suck up to them that way. I don't have time to look down there. So we're a tenth of the way through the race already. The beginning of the race couldn't have gone smoother. Random cautions are off. Because it's really a roll of the dice what you get at this Bristol. Alright, Rick Mass is starting to breathe on us a little bit. And Jeff Gordon's right behind him. There we go. If Jeff Gordon gets those Rick Mast handcuffs off, he's going to be coming. I couldn't get the real world speeds exact. It was just tough. I was able to get him on the stock Bristol with the pit road issue. But here, I wanted the leader to be running 16 flat-ish at the beginning of a run and end around 17.5. And I just haven't been able to get those numbers here. We run a lot faster throughout the course of the run. But can't take anything for granted. The wrecks do come randomly. Alright, Robbie Gordon, you're welling up a little bit too much here. Holding us up. Looks like Robbie Gordon got his speed back. Making me nervous back there. Not entirely sure why Jeff Gordon was starting not in the front. Yellow flag. All right, let's look for the wreck on the back straight. Last thing we want is to hit somebody and get into an accident under caution. So that's why we're going to be just a lone wolf during caution laps, away from everybody. Yeah, we got everybody pitting here. I guess those are lappers up there. Pit road is now open. Limit 45. Keep it under 3,500 in second. Remember, don't pass the stop sign. Oh, Jimmy's pitting. See, Jimmy, we didn't hit you. Our goal here is, we're hoping Jeff Bodine gets out before we have to get out here. There we go, perfect. Oh, he hit Johnny Benson. This is tight quarters. I want to see that wreck. I want to see what happened. When we passed Ken Schrader earlier, it felt like something was off with him. And Rick Mass just gets into him here, spins him around. Took just a touch of damage, but that was enough to bring out the caution. Stayed on the lead lap. It's good for him. All right, we're about to go green. And we got a lot of cars a lap down. Something happened on pit road. I don't know. It's just impossible. Bristol's just not fun. We lost our shot to get to the bottom line. And there's going to be an accident coming. Bill Elliott's 3 wide up there. We got to survive this. Okay. Nothing happened. Robbie Gordon, what are you doing up there? Jimmy Spencer won't stop breathing on me. What's Ted Musgrave doing? You gotta go, man. Alright, things settled down there finally. Now we gotta crack the whip and make sure we don't go a lap down here. Man, this is... We went from, you know, kind of just falling in line, la-da-da, running out the laps, to this caution, and then things get hectic again. Yeah, somehow no caution on that restart. What did we pit there? Lap 46-ish? So I'd want to say easily somewhere into the hundreds we'll pit again. The 110s. Or the 100s. I don't know. Definitely before lap 120. No damage yet. I couldn't remember if we hit anybody yet, but not a lot of bent up race cars yet. I've had to temper my expectations when I was trying to find Bristol tracks, because none of them are going to be perfect. You might go, you try to do a couple tests on a Bristol track and you might get 10 wrecks, and then the next race you won't get any. And it's just, you know, it's not consistent, which is good. And I mean, through 58 laps, we've gotten one caution. That's not bad. But I mean, this race, this Food City 597, I think had 20 some cautions for 132 laps. Nobody comes to see that. How is Robbie Gordon doing so well after wall riding there? I don't know who's for position. I don't think the spotter even knows. Feels like Kenny, or yeah, Kenny. Feels like Ernie Irvin is for position here in front of us. But yeah, what's happening right now is one thing that I fell in love with this version of Bristol, is how you can just fall in line. And we hit that turn wrong. AI takes a spot. We're going to lose a couple. But we saw what I was talking about earlier about falling in line, like we're going to do right here, and we were able to do that earlier in the race. That's what I want. I mean, NASCAR 15, the recent heat games. I mean, you can't really do that. It is just chaos the whole time. Fun to watch, not fun to play. Uh-oh, Earnhardt and Labonte. Jeff Gordon, that snake. He's in 7th. I'm not sure how he got up there, because he was near us on this restart, wasn't he? But then Rick Mass is up there too. Maybe they just didn't pit. I don't have time. Like, I want to, right now, hit escape and write down a note that I want to see if Gordon and Rick Mass pitted. There's no time to press escape. I could press it right now, but then I'm going to crash whenever I unpause it. So these Bristol races, oh geez. Okay, good. No damage. These Bristol races will just be a different breed. No involved broadcast graphics and whatnot. We'll give the night race some fanfare, but that'll be it. Robbie Gordon's for position. Mike Skinner is. And Ricky Rudd is back there, yeah. This is where you get yourself in trouble. Ricky Rudd's breathing on us. Feels like we should be able to make the pass on Robbie Gordon. And we're able to now. We just had to take our time with it. Wait for a bobble. Wait for something. Instead of diving in on him. Losing rubber. We shouldn't be yellow yet in our tires. Eh. Well. That resulted, that yellow is probably from those first few laps. After the Robbie Gordon stuff, and we were behind Ted Musgrave. We had to get real there for a while to get away from the tail end of the pack. And that's all it took. But you can see why this is a 2014 version of Bristol. We're able to fight back on the outside here. But this probably isn't worth. This probably isn't worth it. Yeah, we gotta get, I don't know, 20 some more laps-ish. No, in the 1-teens. Because we can go about 70 laps, and we pitted before lap 50, so that'll be before 120. So we gotta go, what, 96.06, about 30 more laps. Yikes. I don't know if we got 30 more laps left on the tires here. Oh, you're holding up the show here, Chad. Yeah, I think we got him here. Alright, we're... Coast is clear. Now we have to be cool with our tires. But yeah. Feels like we're... Oh, it's because there's slow cars everywhere. Oh, we got a smoker, that's why. I was wondering why we were... Oh, Joe Nemechek, he was running top 5-ish. I was wondering why we were catching up to this pack a little bit. Alright, there's Jeff Gordon. Rick Mast. He's running in the top 10. What a run for him. Ooh, these are all positions right here. Yeah, we're going to use these guys to police ourselves. We have to get to the pit window. 20 more laps. The only way to do that is with easy breezy, soft, delicate laps here. What's Greg Sachs doing? We can't, I mean, we have to stay near their pit window. If we pit before them, caution comes out, we're a couple laps down, that's ball game. Only one caution so far. When I was testing this FSE 2014 track out, I mean, I would have 4 or 5 cautions in the first 100 laps. And then another time I'd test it, there'd be 2. And then I'd run some simulations with just the AI, and there would be 0, and there'd be 4, and there'd be 1. So it's really a roll of the dice. And where we pitted, where that first caution came out, that's going to put everybody right on the pit window if everything goes green the rest of the way. Because it's about 70 laps. And we're about 8 laps from 110 when I think pitting should begin again here. And I think everyone will be fine. What are you doing, Jeff? Should have took that spot. I don't know why they made... Oh, here we go. That's why. Oh, here we go. Why did Rick Mast take out Bill Elliott? There was something else that happened before that, but I couldn't tell what. But we'll figure it out. Well, we're definitely going to be on the pit window now. It goes green the rest of the way after this. There's only one stop left. We're obviously pitting here. Everyone is. Don't hit anybody. You can see how long it's taken us to get to pit the road. Get to pit the road. To get to pit road. And that's how you lose a lap. Pace car is already halfway around the track here. Alright, we just need Jeff Bodine to be a lap down and not plow into us here. I don't see him in the rear view. We gotta go.
Remember, don't pass the stop sign at the end of pit road. The pace cars on the back straight. The pace cars in turn 3.
Where's Jeff Gordon? There he is. Hey.
The pace cars in turn 4. Okay, you're clear of pit.
Nice round of pit stops. Yeah, in setting up this replay, I just realized Rick Mass has caused both cautions so far. Although I want to see what spooked all these guys. Rick Mass sends Bill Elliott around. Come on, Rick. And here's what spooked them. Terry Labonte gets into Robert Presley. He saved it, didn't bring out the caution, but then everyone else woed up, and Rick Mast and Bill Elliott tangled. All right, we're going green, and there should be lap down cars swooping around. Here comes somebody. So it looks like, I don't know. I don't know. Let's not forget we're on fresh tires here. Oh, look out. Not the ideal situation. Looks like Earnhardt lost the lead up there. Greg Sachs is just getting bullied. Rick Mass lost all of his positions. There we go. Bill Elliott right behind us. 4 position, wow. Labonte out in the lead. Be interesting if he wins. 2 wins in a row. Poor Dale Earnhardt got stuck on the top line behind Greg Sachs, or beside Greg Sachs. Oh, we had another wreck here. 119. Hopefully I remember there was a wreck on lap 119. So it's turning into an eventful Bristol. We've had a couple, both Rick Mast incidents looked similar. Just like we had a similar trouble spot at Texas. But again, we're getting lucky. We are getting lucky. These wrecks haven't broken out right in front of us. Bill Elliott didn't get into us right there and spin us around. Because he's on a mission. There's nobody behind him and he's... Sorry. He's on the move. So it seems like we'll pit again with 70 some to go. But yeah, hopefully you've caught on that it's about a 3-day process I've kind of settled into with running the races. We're halfway home. Expect uploads every 3 days. Probably can get that down to every 2 days as we start hitting tracks that we've been to before. Because I'm still running little test sessions before these videos because I want to have good racing and not get any cheap wins. Cheap good finishes. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. We've had damage at Darlington and Atlanta. We've stayed out of it pretty much everywhere else. Martinsville's going to be the same kind of deal where I don't know how much action I can show away from what we're doing. Unless I remember it. Wow, we're lapping Greg Sachs again. I didn't realize there was a conga line there behind Bodine. Sterling Marling is making me nervous. Burton and Bodine are for position. Steve Grissom is not. Jeff Gordon's up into third place. Mark Martin with the lead. That definitely hurt him. Texas definitely hurt him. We'll look at the points. We'll look at the points at Martinsville, or might put him up right now on lap 141. I forgot. I didn't even plan on mentioning the points this race, but I think we're 30-some ahead of second place. Alright. Brett Bodine has to find a way to get around Dave Marcus. Figure it out. Oh no. Ward Burton. Alright. It's a never-ending battle. Watching who's in front of us, making sure we run a perfect line so that no one gets into us from behind. And Ward Burton's on us again. Good tire wear, I think. We're about 20 laps from... See, I look at my tire. I take my eye off the track for a second, and we don't hit our line there. Yeah, we're about 25 laps from another pit stop. Ward Burton's knocking on the door. Letting him go. Yeah, getting out of Bristol with even a top 15. I'll take it. I mean, this is one of those races that we were banking all these points specifically for. If we get a bad finish here, we have points in the bank to sustain us. Alright, looks like we have a pitter, Morgan Shepherd. Not sure what the story is there. Oh, these guys just don't want to get. They just don't want to get around Dave Marcus. Oh, he was peeking. Terry Labonte still in the lead. I see Jeff Gordon. Like Speed running fourth. Where did Rick Mast end up? Alright, still in the lead lap. Earnhardt dropped all those positions on the restart. Johnny Benson apparently recovered from Jeff Bodine getting into him. Looks like he's about to go a lap down. Oh, I just got intimidated. Pit stop soon. Dave Marcus is apparently Superman. Brett Bodine couldn't get around him. Ward Burton couldn't, or can't. Oh. Now he's looks like he's blocking Ward Burton. I feel like things are about to give here. There he goes. There he goes. We'll let those guys back there deal with Dave Marcus, although it looks like he's stuck on the high line and people are going to pass him with ease. I mean, I'm pushing the car right now. Just the way the track's set up. I mean, it feels like I'm going slower than I should. But I have the built-in worrying about tires in my head. Oh, yellow flag on the front straight. This is where we're about to go. I can't tell what happened. Man, Man, Jimmy Spencer's always pitting.
The pace cars on the front straight.
All right, Jeff Bodine. He must be a lap down.
The pace cars in turn 1.
Yeah, 27th.
The pace cars in turn 2. Go, go, go! Limit 45. Keep it under 3,500 in second. Remember,
Man, Jimmy Spencer's ahead of us.
end of pit road.
Here's the accident that brought this caution. Remember, Morgan Shepherd pitted, so he was faster. Had better tires than everyone and just took out Hut Strickland. And looks like Chad Little got into him, but everything else didn't seem like too many other cars got into it. This is our race right here. Surviving this. We got 75 laps to go. Everything's been fine this whole time. Come on. Nope. Oh, Ted Musgrave's being funny. Oh, look at that move by Ward Burton. Did I hear a trouble call out in the pits? What does that mean? There we go. Cautions breeding cautions. Bobby Labonte down on the apron going into the pits. Got hit hard somewhere. And he's coming back onto the track? What? Or maybe he was already in and I don't know. I really don't know. All I know is that everyone's going to be on him like a pack of wolves, trying to get around him. Yeah, this video and the quote unquote broadcast is just going to be a mishmash. Presley is in for position. Earnhardt and then Skinner. Another caution. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at the standings. Wally Dallenbach, I guess. I see pit stops again here, because this will get us the rest of the way. This has officially turned into Bristol. Like I was saying earlier about this video being a mishmash, I'm just gonna have to find where all these cars got hit and put them in the video. Jeff Burton there in the rear view. Not sure where he got scraped. Anyway. .57 to go. Rusty Wallet. Oh, go ahead. Behave up there. I was looking at the standings under caution, and Rusty Wallace was in first. Mike Waltrip was in second. But if Jeremy Mayfield gets off of us, never mind. We didn't bring that out. Yeah, this was definitely our fault. We were trying to get back up on the track after the Mayfield incident. And Morgan Shepherd's not going to be happy about that. All right, I was trying to say before Mayfield got into us that Michael Waltrip was leading. Rusty Wallace was leading on that last restart, and then Waltrip used some lappers, I guess, and got around and took the lead, but then Waltrip pitted here. So he probably got up to the front on some weird pit window. Now he had to pit. So, I mean, he's still lead lap. Ricky Rudd's back on the lead lap at the tail end up there. Johnny Benson as well. Johnny Benson just doesn't go away. Here we go. Car didn't want to go down there. I noticed we lost some other cars. I was looking at the standings, and I don't even remember seeing it, but we've lost Derek Cope and Bobby Hamilton and Brett Bodine somewhere. All right. What is Dave Marcus doing? Hang on to her. Big accident. All right, I'm trying to figure out what the deal is with Dave Marcus. This was laps ago. I don't even know how many laps ago. And his hood's already beat up. Whatever. Now he starts this weird... trip up and down pit road. And he's going to come out here and just take out everybody. Nobody was ready for it. Earnhardt's day is done. Jimmy Spencer's destroyed. We got Ted Musgrave. Bobby Labonte again. Morgan Shepherd again. Spencer. But that's what this caution was. I don't know. All right, we're going to be... we're about a little over a lap away from going green again. Looking at the standings. Race, how they're running right now. Earnhardt's staying in the top 10. I guess he didn't take on too much there. Rick Mast is hanging in the top 10. Labonte with the lead up there. I mean, we're in 8th. I mean, you can see we're on the top line here. Waltrip's hasn't gotten into anything. Rusty Wallace lost a lot of positions somewhere. Johnny Benson and Ricky Rudd, all those guys swooped back onto the tail end of the lead lap. And Dale Jarrett, 32nd. Not the best season. And again, I've been talking about luck. That's all this has been for us. I mean, all these wrecks that we've seen cars get into, it could easily have been us. Not just here, at all the tracks so far. I mean, Dave Marcus just randomly coming up into the racing line. Could have easily happened to us. Could have been right behind them when it happened. But no, we were... Or no, where were we? I remember seeing it happen. So I don't know. Oh, it's going to happen again here. What's he doing? Oh, he's on... He must be on... I mentioned it at Richmond when Ward Burton was in it. But he must be in that weird, yeah, the weird pitting loop. We just have to make sure he doesn't end our day. Like Chad Little's trying to. Hold on to it. Cautions again. I was trying to sightsee, and Chad Little almost took us out. Wow. We lost Dale Earnhardt to that. He finally had enough. Alright, going green next time by 31 laps left. We lost... we lost what? A lot of positions there. We were running top 10, now we aren't. Ricky Rudd's somehow ahead of us. Dale Earnhardt dropped out of the race after that wreck. Mark Martin, Mike Skinner, Jeff Gordon, the top three off this restart. Greg Sachs somehow still alive. Rusty Wallace is breathing on me. There's all these cars with varying speeds. There it goes. I'm just not holding. I just can't go as fast. I can't run. Yeah. I'm trying to run the same speed with them, but there's so many varying speeds. There's no way to time my braking, and the AI can compute that much faster than me. And where are we at? 27 to go. We're going to be at the tail end anyway. We're going to pit. Put on tires. Let's go, guys. 5, 4, 3. Let's go. Go. I mean, we got everybody in front of us for position here, and we're on fresh tires. We're gonna get ourselves back into something. 22 to go. But we gotta go now, because we're gonna have more cautions. Those laps are going to tick away. And Loy Allen's making things difficult. This is hectic. Hopefully Dave Marcus calls it a day. Nope, there he is. Let's get away from him. No, Dave. Okay, good. Yellow. Oh, we still have a whole lap to pick up more spots here. Okay. Everybody on the top line is for position, which would include Steve Grissom, apparently. Yeah. What we don't want is to get spun out again. And, you know, we had fresh tires on. I'm not sure who pitted behind us with fresh tires now. Oh, this is not good. Wow, they really just lost all the progress I made on that last restart. Here comes Dave Marcus. What's Robert Presley up to? Presley. You gotta go. Looks like our top 10 streak's gonna end. It was looking good until it didn't. Greg Sachs is definitely not for position. Getting feisty now. You spun us out, Rusty, remember? Oh, poor Terry Labonte. He was leading this race. Oh, we might get into the top 10. Maybe. Look at Mike Skinner gonna win this. Figure that one out. Okay. Oh. Where'd we end up? 11th. Again, this was just hectic. I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't know what to say about analyzing this race. Dave Marcus has to figure his stuff out. But yeah, man, that's Bristol. That's Bristol on video games. That's just the way it goes. Next race is going to be Martinsville. It's not as weird as Bristol. We should be fine. Might have another pit road cycle, pit road loop, what have you, but it's not going to be anything crazy. All right, that's it from Thunder Valley. And hopefully I was able to find all the wrecks and everything. Whew. All right. Hey, thanks for watching.